Okay. How's it, guys?
Hi.
So, for those of you that don't know, we just came back. Well, you don't know that we're back. We're back.
Surprise.
But for those of you that don't know what we're back from, we took off over a month ago on a crazy green bikepacking journey where we cycled from PE. Although we started even before that. We went to visit a couple of places from PE with the bicycles.
Yeah.
And interviewed a couple of places that we liked, that resonated with us, that were doing good things. And then we took off towards the garden route on our bicycles. Just us.
It was very cool.
And our bicycles.
And some bags.
And lots of bags.
Too many bags.
Too much luggage. Way too much luggage. So much so that we got rid of some.
Halfway.
in Newmansdorp. So yeah, we just wanted to tell you a bit about it. And wow, it's
really hard to put into words the kind of experience that we had, because we thought, cool, we're gonna cycle, we're gonna see some places, it's the garden route, it's beautiful,
so much more.
My word,
So first of all, if you go, I'm sure some of you have been on a trip in the car to a place.
Anyway, just
gone on holiday and taken a car, and it's taken you a day to get there, and you go to a destination and you enjoy your stay and you go back home. What we did was we try to keep our distances quite short, as obviously we're not cyclists, so we didn't want to exhaust ourselves too much. But then we also made a point of trying to see as much of the space that we're in as we could. It wasn't always easy because we were trying to kind of stay on some kind of schedule, just because of the fact that we had been invited to stay with folks and, kind of had rough dates to go on. But we also were quite open about the fact that
things could change.
That this is a journey for us, so, things aren't always going to go as planned.
Yeah.
But in any case, being on a bicycle and going from one point to the other is just so incredible, especially in South Africa. In the garden route, the way we were going. I've always thought of traveling as like you have to go somewhere else to travel, like overseas.
Leave the country, yeah.
And what we just did is I can't imagine.
I mean, I've been overseas. I've been to quite a few different countries, and this tops pretty much all of them, or all of those other trips, because of the way we went about it and how open we were to experience. But then also when you're on a bicycle, you can see things, you can smell things. Bugs land on you.
Birds fly with you.
Yeah, Chanel had a ladybug on her shoulder for a part of the journey, and
we saw a flock of Nijsnaluries. And that was my first time seeing one, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And Michaela was like, "Yeah, those are Nijsnaluries." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then when we got closer, it was a whole tree full of them. It was amazing. But anyway, the point is, there's just so much more to take in because you are present. You're there in the moment, and in a car you're just speeding right past it. And I think that for me that's a reflection of most people's lives. We're just kind of rushing and speeding and getting from point A to point B, which is
you just need to get to the next thing.
Or I need to get to like the destiny job or the destiny relationship or whatever, and then everything in between kind of gets missed out on. So I guess the message we're trying to give is be present, take in the stuff that's already there. Go for a walk and just look around you, and I don't know, I feel like maybe that's something that's missing in a lot of people's lives. But for us it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, we definitely are changed. We're new people, completely new people. It was so incredible, and we can't tell you how much we got out of it. It was huge. So, yeah, with that being said, we also would like to send some shout outs to the people involved in making this happen. We can't express enough how amazing everyone has been. You are amazing, and we thank you.
And we couldn't have done this without you. Because, yeah, wow.
So basically, we sent out a kind of a message before we left. We started reaching out and sending just a little message to say, what we're about to do, and basically opened an invitation for people who would be keen to meet us, keen to exchange seeds, exchange knowledge, just have a chat, whatever. And for those that have establishments, we offered to do feature videos, which you'll see on our YouTube videos. Please do look. Our whole journey basically has been documented.
Yeah.
So please do go check
It's
those
all
out.
there.
But yeah, we're gonna follow a list because it's a lot to remember. So if I look down, just know that's what's happening. So our first stop was Wacky Woods, which is, we were told how to pronounce it properly. Kamkwas.
That's one.
Kamkwas. Gamtoos, Gamtoos. There's a place called Wacky Woods, which I visited many years ago when I was much younger. But yeah, Frans, the manager there, was happy to have us, and we camped there, and it was beautiful.
It was a great first stop.
So we just wanted to thank you, Wacky Woods, for that. And then from there on, it was our next sleepover was Humansdorp. That's 40B accommodation.
Yes. With Petru and James.
And then there was another couple that helped us out there as well. I can't remember the accommodation site name, but
it was 10 Keith Street
10
in Humansdorp.
Keertstraat.
Oh, come on, it's Keith Street.
But we will tag everyone in the description that we mentioned, just so you can also go check them out. Please go give them a like, go check out what they do. So all the places we mentioned we'll link at the bottom.
And then Live Happily Guest Farm, Tess and Michael, they had the most amazing
You guys
night
are
there.
so cool.
It was such a beautiful experience and really off the beaten track.
Yeah, and it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. There's a little forest walk which we have on the video as well, so do check that out. It's beautiful, and they have the coolest pair of donkeys who were just in your face. Literally, they're like pet dogs.
Needy dogs.
So they were amazing. From there,
the Wolf Sanctuary.
Oh, the wolves. Can we thank the Wolf Sanctuary enough? No, we cannot. We cannot thank the Wolf Sanctuary enough. Thanks to Robin and Francette for inviting us and having us there with open arms for much longer than we anticipated. We really appreciate that. So much more came out of that than we can express, and we couldn't be more grateful. From there, we went to visit Auntie Estelle.
Auntie Estelle in Storms River.
In Storms River, who is such a lovely person and gave us real royalty
treatment.
Yeah, we felt super wow.
The most amazing lentil soup I've ever had.
Yeah, and we woke up to a beautiful breakfast and homemade smoothies, and she's just also such an incredible person.
Yeah.
So if you ever do come across her path, she's a lovely person to chat to. Also, Storms River was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And from there on.
After that was George.
Okay, yeah.
So there was a period at the Wolf Sanctuary, and then
which kind of delayed.
And then plans changed.
Yeah. So we spent a lot of time with Donna and Siska. Thank you guys for having us there and making us feel like family, and
if complete random strangers WhatsApp you and say, "Hey, come stay for a while," say yes.
I don't know if that's good advice. I think it might not be the.
In this case, we made some awesome friends, and they're the coolest people.
Yeah, and I think Mika also found a very cool person to chat to about seeds and garden stuff, which is, not often as intense as it was this time. It was very cool to watch. So thank you again, Donna and Siska, for letting us in your space and letting us spend time with your little person, because she was also very cool.
Very cool.
So, and then we started heading back from George.
Yes.
We also want to thank everyone in Riversdale that were happy to have us, but we didn't end up making it all the way there because we were following our the universal flow, that one that kind of pushes you this way or that way. We were doing that, and it seemed that going back was more the flow we were supposed to go. More flowy. So we do want to thank everyone in Riversdale who were keen to have us.
We'll see them soon.
We'll see you soon, and much love to you, especially Linda and Janine, because you're kind of the reason all of this happened in the first place.
It's all your fault.
So much love to you guys, and then Angelica and Gratitude, who were willing to have us, but we didn't get a chance to make it. So
then from George was Hookville, and we visited Susie and Panda, our dear friends.
Very cool people, and they've got a beautiful little guest house.
Fynbos Garden Cottage.
10 Bosbok Street.
Yes. If you're going to Hookville Wilderness, stay there because it's very cool.
The views are incredible.
Yeah.
And it's also just a super chilled place. Like
It's
you're
very
there
cool
and you're
place.
just like, oh.
Beautiful, yeah,
yes.
I know. It forces you to relax.
And then
so many names.
Yeah.
So then Sedgefield, we stayed with Jenny, who is also just these people.
Good energies, man.
Seriously.
All these people, they've just got such good energies, and we've been shown so much kindness, like beyond.
We had the nicest time with Jenny and Mr. Walty, the dog.
Doggo you'll see in the video as well.
So thank you, Jenny, for having us for the night and allowing us to cook in your kitchen.
Yes.
And
that's another thing we've failed to mention so far. We totally took people's kitchens over throughout this, and it was very cool.
It was a lot of fun.
So thank you for allowing us to do that.
Yeah. And then Heineke and Crosby at Forest Harmony. Yeah,
so Heineke was kind enough to come collect us, because by the time we hit Sedgefield, I know some of you know this, I've got a bit of a back issue, a sciatica issue. By the time we hit Sedgefield, I was struggling to walk. So thankfully, Crosby called a friend up, and she was very happy to come and collect us, and we're so grateful for that, because yes, please, thank you, and so many thank yous.
And it allowed us to stay on track and still see all of our places.
Yes. And thank you, Crosby, for having us at Forest Harmony. Forest Harmony
if you are
gorgeous.
Visiting Knysna, go to Forest Harmony, because you can stay in a teepee and
or a
geodome.
Yeah.
And you can have a fire bath under the stars. It's incredible.
And it's all off grid. It's all off grid and eco conscious.
And there's a really cool communal kitchen, so you can meet lots of cool people.
And the doggos are also fun.
Oh, they're so cool. Love dogs.
Yeah, so check them out. And then from there we got an awesome. We were going to go to Knysna Zip Lines, but due to weather and my back, it wasn't a great idea.
Nope.
But we do want to thank Jacob from
Knysna
Zip Lines, because he actually just so happened to be needing to come towards the side that we were, and he was willing to drop us off at our next destination, and we can't be more grateful for that. Going out of your way for us.
Complete stranger. I mean, it's just decent kindness.
Yeah. So thank you, Jacob, for that, and we'll see you soon, definitely. And then, was that Plet?
That was Plet.
Yeah, so my old friends of mine, Jan and Sadie, thank you.
Very cool people. but you can't go stay there because you don't know them. So.
Well, you could. They're gonna have an Airbnb sometime soon.
That's true.
So when we do know about it, then we'll let you know, because they do have a nice view. But thank you for having us and having me once again. It was really cool to see you guys, and much love, and thank you. And thank you, Sadie, for also going out of your way with lifts, which was huge.
Yeah.
Because from there onwards, we stopped cycling. So we were actually, the bloopers you saw was a video of us telling you about the fact that we had actually stopped cycling, but we were still journeying. But anyway, here we are
Yeah.
telling you about it. So from Plett we
had the most amazing day at Jukani Wildlife Sanctuary, Birds of Eden, and Monkeyland.
Wow. We were freaking exhausted by the end of the day, but man, it was beautiful.
If you ever find yourself in a position to visit those places, definitely do that, because the animals are incredible, but the place itself and the experience that you have because of the people there, it makes it's hard to describe, actually.
The reason we support and appreciate sanctuaries in general, so the Wolf Sanctuary, Jukani Wildlife Sanctuary, Birds of Eden is a bird sanctuary, Monkeyland is a primate sanctuary. The reason they exist is because they've been kind of brought up in certain conditions, and then suddenly they're not able to live there anymore for whatever reason, and then they have nowhere to go because they're not from here.
Mm-hmm.
So then they end up dying or being killed or being set free in not safe environments where they're not supposed to survive because they're not from here. So these places exist to give animals like that a safe place to be,
to live out the rest of their days, basically.
So there are very important places, to support, and we resonate with that because if you see these animals, they're beings, they're like you and me. They just want to be happy and live,
and they're not here out by choice.
It sucks that they're enclosures, although these are wonderful enclosures and very spacious and beautiful enclosures, but it sucks that they're in them, but there isn't really another option for them because there's not shipping them back to the wild from where they come from. They won't survive because they weren't brought up in that environment. So anyway, I just wanted to put that in there because I don't know if most people know exactly why
these places exist.
A lot of them come from zoos or abusive spaces.
Also animals that have been illegally trafficked and packed into suitcases.
I know, we heard some really horrible
ridiculous
stories.
But anyway, they're in a good place, and if you can support any of these places, please do.
Check out our videos for those. Where are we?
After that, J-Bay.
Oh yes, so we got to J-Bay, finally got to, so the first time we passed J-Bay we saw the surf expo thing, but we didn't really pop in with anybody.
We didn't spend a night there, no.
But yeah, J-Bay, also another old friend of mine, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for having us on such short notice, because we got a lift and then we got there on the same morning, and she was like, yeah, it's cool. So thank you for being as cool as you are, Joe, and Esti.
And Snoo. They have a little
rabbit.
Cute dude.
Thanks for having us, and also thanks to the Green Room for showing us around and giving us some coffee. They were also a very cool place to come across.
Absolutely. We learned something new that day.
Yeah, beautiful. It's something called co-working. Yeah, it's basically a communal space for people who work from home or nomadically that want a working space that is...
got secure Wi-Fi.
But that is also comfortable and free.
Yeah.
And professional. So it's like a little best of all the worlds. So they were cool. And then, we made our way back to PE a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I don't even know what day it is.
And we just got back. I had gotten a didgeridoo in J-Bay because it was super cheap. And we had just got back and saw that there was a didgeridoo
class,
free workshop in PE with Mike Didge, the one and only. I've been a big fan of his for a very long time, so it was very cool.
The day after we got back,
so we went to that. So make sure to check that video out too, because it's very short, but it's cool to see the kind of vibe. And as far as I know, they'll be presenting more of them, and they also do djembe classes, African drum classes, and they're also, I think they're offering those for free as well. So definitely worth a check out. It's a nice vibe to get together with other people to make music and to try out instruments.
Absolutely.
And then, last but not least, we want to thank everybody else who made this happen. Wayne Pfeiffer Cycles.
Grant and Wesley.
Grant and Wes, you guys, we still can't.
We couldn't have done this without you.
Absolutely
because
not, yeah.
You guys sorted us out.
In so many ways.
And fed us lots of coffee.
Yeah, and lots of advice on the route itself.
Yeah.
From Wes, thank you for that. And it was awesome, and we made it, and we're here.
And we're safe.
And thanks to John, Udartha, Louise, those of you that made contributions to our food. It was much appreciated and useful and necessary and helpful, and we really appreciate that. Thanks to Auntie Renee for your endless support.
All of it.
And
Michael and Nikki padding us. For securing our bums, our bosoms. No, it's not a bosom. No.
Our bumsums. Our buttocks. I'll stop.
Please do.
And everybody else who's just been, we might have missed him.
Yeah.
We're very sorry if we did. It's a lot to remember. It's like a whole lifetime that just passed us by. But everyone that's been following our journey, thank you.
And commenting and being just generally supportive.
Yeah.
It's been really awesome.
Please continue to stay tuned, because we will be still sharing everything we do. We are still on a journey, you know, like our life is a journey, and we're always doing things that we like sharing with you guys. So please do continue to support us and share our videos if you like them, and if you don't like them, share them anyway. And
we have a very cool next exciting project happening next week. We're going to East London.
Oh yes, we're still
there's no time to rest.
We're still going to do our permaculture course.
So we're going to East London to do our PDC. It's a permaculture design course, and it is with the one and only Jeff Lawton from Australia. He is going to be in South Africa, and he's hosting the course.
Yeah, so we're super stoked.
And we can't wait.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be sharing some footage from that as well, which is awesome. But yeah, that's our next port of call so far. We'll keep you posted, because more is happening. Even more. No, I'm not exhausted. I'm excited. It's just so much.
All the time.
But yeah, we've even got more exciting news that's coming much later. But you're going to have to stay tuned for
You're going to have to wait for it.
Right now, we've just finished packaging our first couple of seed orders, which is cool. So
it's my dream come true.
If you didn't know, go check out our website. We've got a couple of seeds on there. They're selling out very fast.
They really are.
Don't know if there'll be any left by the time you check, but do check it out anyways.
Yes, these are all seeds that we have grown. They are heirloom seeds, and we save them ourselves, and they're packaged with lots of love.
Yeah, and we also pride ourselves in using scrap materials to package everything. So that's a thing that we're
trying not to contribute to waste, but to make less of it.
Anyway, so
I think that's all.
That's a long video. Sorry about that, but thank you for watching.
If you made it this far, congratulations.
Thank you everybody.
We love all of you. Lots.
So much love, for real love.
And stay tuned. And love. And gratitude.
And gratitude. And yes.
And bye.
Okay, bye.